The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and do not necessarily reflect the official policies or positions of City World Media, LLC, or its affiliates. All shows are produced with full participant consent. City World Media does not claim ownership of any third-party music featured and uses all tracks only with proper permissions or licenses granted by their respective rights holders. City World Media operates in accordance with fair use and digital broadcast guidelines on all platforms. From my city to your world, we are City World. Thank you for watching.
Monstro Rocker, Thai lady. The natives are restless. Yeah, I say the natives are restless. The natives are restless. Rocker, Irish science. Let's go, let's go.
Yo, let's gather here a second, taking the atmosphere. As I steer this vessel like a Chevrolet Cavalier, I'm a native to this culture, chasing vultures up out of here. Fuck out of here, a lot of work put in like Vladimir. We dismissing fear. Listen here, if your loyalty shifts over clout to the point where you disappeared and disappear, you overlooked those who wrote the book. How does that work? How you a factor when there's gaps in your chapters? Let's cancel the chatter off the grid. Damage your scanner, shed some light in this tavern, and hold this mic just like a lantern. I don't settle for the standard or nestle in the pasture, turn a happy camper into a snack for a pack of panthers. My pops would often reminisce on the mothership landing, and then become saddened at how the brothers disbanded over money mismanaged and traditions abandoned, which made the natives restless, shifting the dynamic.
Pieces come alive, you can see the animation. Created devastated using the imagination. On track, rare earth magnets attract. Aerosolic, acrobatic, black magic. In fact, check the black book, biblical verses, I'm back at it. Born in June, born again when I first saw Soon. Scriptures in that street calligraphy like Chaz. Found rap 1580 K-Day, the soundtrack. So I rhyme picture sharp, write them with an exacto. Vibrant and crystal clear, or futura abstract flow. Jungle green metaphors, icy grape similes. Watching for enemies and 594 penalties. Rhymes pure energy, represent the culture infinitely. Spit motion pictures and documentaries. Rest in peace to search sleeves, rate, price, and test. The angels are blessed this, but natives are getting restless.
Writing my name and graffiti on the wall. Writing my name and graffiti on the wall. And graffiti on the wall.
I like that.
Just writing my name and graffiti on the wall. And graffiti on the wall.
Yo, it's Flex One, NTS UTI, just tapping in with you.
What up, Stro? It's Skill Rock. We're over here piecing at the tracks. Come on through, homeboy. We got a spot for you.
Yo, Stro, Rocker, this is Hex, bro. We got a dope spot for a burner right under the 4th Street Bridge. Hit me up. We'll link up later. Peace. Hex One.
The man, the myth. Mozart 1, KCCK Dubs. RGD Killer, UTI. You know what it is. Western Ave.
Yo, what up? This is King Create, representing Los Angeles Grad Community, representing West Coast artists, rocking the nation, Last to Survive, Soul Team, and the Magnificent Team.
Yo, that's the business. This March 7th, LTX, Soul Kings, DEF, RTN Crew, Los Angeles.
Yo, checking in, Castro One. Checking in on this South Central LA card. 38 years of graffiti. CMA, RTDK, CCA, SK, TDF. And I'm out.
What's up? It's your boy Marv Pollard, a.k.a. Duke of Doom 1. Rapper, breaker, DJ, graffiti writer, B-Boy Supreme since 83. Peace out.
Yo. What's up? Anger One, Can't Be Stopped Crew, Los Angeles, California. That's how we do.
Just writing my name and graffiti on the wall. Writing my name and graffiti on the wall. And graffiti on the wall.
I like that.
under the influence, ask about me. Graffiti Pigs. This is legendary Ink One. You know I'm over here painting, representing for some of LA's finest and tightest graffiti writers, the Rockin' the Nation Graffiti crew. Old school CCA, CMA, KWS alumni. Also representing for that East Coast TNT crew. Yes, sir. Project Globe in the house. Peace.
What's good? What's good? What's goody? It's your buzzing cousin Ghost Boogie from our city to your world at City World Media and B-Boys Underground back again. And tonight on B-Boys Underground, we welcome Deck One, a West Los Angeles graffiti writer, MC, independent designer, and the founder of Ghettofresh Clothing. Deck One history reach. They can't hear you. Deck One history reaches through WGS, CMA, and AOB, along with the years of work tied to graffiti, skate culture, streetwear, murals, black book sessions, live performances, and the community events. His name carries West LA history, but his work also reflects discipline, survival, ownership, and respect for the people who helped build the culture before him. Through Ghettofresh Clothing, Deck One has created more than apparel. The brand represents West Coast identity, independent production, and the four elements of hip-hop, from shirts, hats, skate products, artwork, live cultural events. Ghettofresh keeps the connection between graffiti, music, style, and community intact. Tonight, we give Deck One the space to document his history, honor the people connected to his path, and speak on the work he continues to build through Ghettofresh Clothing. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring him on screen so he can be heard and seen. The one and only Dex One. What's goody,
Yes,
man?
sir.
Welcome.
Chilling, my G. You already know, man. Just another day up in West LA. CA all day. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, hey, yo,
Everything's Gucci.
It's great to have you and welcome in. We got the one and only. Yes. And what you just got done hearing was a music video by Monstro and Rocka, Irie Sirens of Dilated People. And I'm not able to talk right now because, man. Anyway, we had a special.
It's good. Hey, shout outs to Rocka, Dilated, and my boy Monstro from my crew CMA all day. Leimert Park.
Yes, yes. And just to give you guys a head up, we are live. He's having some connection issues, so he'll be popping in and out. And we're going to try to get this in. So what we're going to do here is also let you know that we did do a special episode of that actual whole breakdown where we had everybody that was a part of that episode or that video on the show, and that was a whole interview for B-Boys Underground. I'm gonna put the link to that in the chat so you guys can watch that. Got to give a big love and thanks to, of course, everybody that was a part of that episode. And once again, he's having some connection issues, so we'll be popping in and out. We'll do the best that we can. If we can't get through this, we may have to redo this, but in the essence of real hip-hop shit, we do this live. We're uncut and raw. So basically, that's it. You can check us out every single Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even Fridays coming up here soon. As I continue to try to keep grinding and keep mashing, we're just building and building and building. Got to give a big love to Mad Ways. What's goody, fam? We got Jim Alexander in the house. And yeah, man, salute. Make sure you check out that past episode with Jim Alexander. And of course, follow my brother, the one and only. Let's see, our audio's a little foobarred, bro. Let's see here. That's better. All right, check it out. So much love to everybody tuning in live. We got Dex back in the house. So Dex, as we always start the episode off with is I want you to tell us your first memory that you have associated with hip hop. And basically, when I say this and ask this question is that I want you to actually be as visual as you can. Put us in the space, put us in a place. And what I want to know also is what about that memory, you know, and if it's a collaboration or a collective of memories, what was important about it? So important that it made an impact on you to where you are here today, even in
Yes,
this
sir.
moment with everything. A self-made man. So take it over. Let us know about your first memory that you have associated with hip hop, family.
Yes, sir. So about like 1988, 1987, I used to watch, my older brother used to watch Yo MTV Raps. And I remember seeing Public Enemy on there. And when I seen,
Uh-oh, we
hold
lost
on,
him.
bro.
I
This
got
can't
you.
fucking happen.
I can hear you. We can hear you. So he'll be back. Once again, we're going to try to get through this on his end. We may have to, again, reschedule and see what's up. But I want to say again, thank you to everybody that's tuning in right now. And for sure. And happy B-boys and B-girls. Happy. Like my kids went back to school today. It was their first day of school. And guess what? I've got twins. So I got 2 freshmen in that house, man. Their first their first day of high school. It's crazy. I feel older. And yeah, it absolutely seems like things have gone way too fast. So it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. And we got them back. I think we back. We can't hear you, Deck. He'll be back. So yeah, I mean, just think about it like this. I cannot believe that I have freshmen in the house, and it makes me sit back and think about just I can remember the first day that they had, preschool and everything like that, and it's just crazy. So if anybody out there, time goes fast, and don't trip. You back? I can hear you. I think Deck. Nah, well he'll be back. He'll be back. He's gonna refresh. But if y'all are old. Like me, I turned 50 this year, and then this month I'm celebrating my basically 20th wedding anniversary. Yes, Public Enemy Long Island Legends for real. What's up, Jim? And make sure you follow Jim Alexander. That is a super dope individual, and that episode just aired last week, I think it was, or maybe week. I've lost track of time. I think it was last week. Man, that was a 4-hour episode. So, yeah, dope. Let's see here. Can we hear you? Give me a check, Mike. Deck, I can't hear you. Let's see here. I don't know why we can't hear you. Give me a second. Let's see if we can adjust this. Yeah, we can't hear you, fam. Something's going on your end. Let me do something here real quick. Hold on. Say something for me, Deck.
Yo, yo.
All right, I can at least hear you. So we're going to run this way. All right. So you were saying your first memory with hip hop. You said that you were mentioning Public Enemy and everything like that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that and
Yeah.
continue on with that thought, family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it was about 1988. I was 4 years old. I remember my older brother. And, I remember seeing Public Enemy, and my biggest thing was like seeing Flavor Flav rocking the clock. You dig, around his neck as a necklace.
He'll be back.
It inspired me to see somebody rocking a motherfucking clock that should be on a fucking wall on their neck. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So that was probably what sparked hip hop in me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, man. So and that's dope, man, because if you haven't been keeping up with the show, we've been doing a lot of collaboration with Chuck D's label, Spit Slam Records, and been highlighting basically artists from his label. And shout out to the one and only C-Doc and my brother Solrak for the connect. And even next week we're going to feature one of their latest releases, which is on Tuesday. We're having an exclusive listening party with DJ M Rock and CM, aka Creative. They're releasing basically their new album, and the listening party on the day of launch is going to be here on this show Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that. But Public Enemy, of course, has been one that's been, very important for me too. So, question for you. So you also mentioned, or that in your history, you were into skateboarding as far as that as well. What age did you, and what year did you start into skateboarding? He'll be right back. So anyway, I can definitely attest, the first time that I remember seeing Public Enemy, that was a mind-blowing experience. And when he mentioned the whole clock thing, I can remember everybody in my middle school basically rocking clocks, and they had the clocks that became something you could buy at the stores and stuff like that. That was something that was huge. I never had a chance to get one. My parents wouldn't get me one, but Flavor Flav, Chuck D, and the whole family. You think about Terminator X and everybody like that. There we go.
Yo, back. I can hear you now.
All right, dope, cool.
All right, cool.
So if you think about it like this, tell me about transitioning in from that memory you had. Also in your history, you were into skateboarding. As far as that goes, at what age and what year did you start skateboarding?
I started skating when I was very young, like 5, 6, but it was just cruising around Venice.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got into the tricks and all that, learning how to ollie in 1996. I was like 11 or 12, and I remember like picking that shit up like the first day when a lot of my homeboys from the neighborhood, they were like taking them weeks, and they had been skating for months. And I originally was a basketball player, so I switched over to skateboarding, and I picked that shit up quick.
Hell yeah!
So
what was your first
I started
board?
Skateboarding.
Oh, I'll be back. You back? I can hear you. Oh, well, he'll be back. We might actually end up redoing this episode, and when he has an opportunity to have a better signal. And but y'all rocking with us live, we're gonna do the live show. Who cares, right? We're live, and one of my mottos is always "fuck it, we'll do it live." This is real hip hop shit right here, y'all. But I'll tell you, like, one of my earliest memories of skateboarding, my father had one of the OG skateboard decks, like the little skinny narrow joints. We back? Can you hear me? So like one of the very wooden, like the wooden with metal wheels and the very like thin, that joint, I remember getting it and finding it in my grandfather's garage and pulling that out and doing that stuff and taking headers with rocks. All right, he's back. What was your first skateboard? What was your first deck?
Oh, yeah, World Industries.
World Industries? Hell yeah. Who's your favorite skateboarder?
Why is it doing this shit? Yeah, World Industries. Hey, you know what, bro?
What's that?
I might pull up to where there's Wi-Fi so we can like really. I think it's the connection.
Yeah, it definitely is your connection.
Idea?
Yeah. So I mean, we'll be back. Yeah. So we'll just kick it like this. Hey, y'all, check this out. What we're gonna do when he goes to get something and get the Wi-Fi back, we're gonna do this. We're going to do some videos. And one of the things that I'm going to do is we're going to run through some videos of past guests that we've had. And we will, let me do this. We're going to do Jim Alexander because he was just recently on. So let me find something for you right quick, man. But again, I appreciate y'all sitting here with us and kicking it with us as we do this live. And let me know, everybody, what city, what state, what country, what continent y'all are tuning in from. As we look for... All right, let's see here. We're going to play the most recent release from Jim Alexander. This is Armageddon, y'all. Check this one out. This is dope.
Here's Johnny!
Fuck that.
It's time for Armageddon.
Arm yourself, cause Armageddon is mad. Count down to Armageddon. Consider yourselves. The base is all loaded, the fans are on their feet. I step up to the plate and crack the back to the beat. Backpacks full of heat, full retreat. When I pull the wool from sheep, all my people about to rally real deep. Like the 92 riots in the violent Cali streets. It's the silent side of me that's more psycho than the beast. East Coaster, nasty as fucking eat chocha. Freak soaker, sleeping over with my feet up on the sofa. So phenomenal, abdominable snowman skin tone. I'm stepping off a sailboat, hair looking windblown. Cobra Kai villain feet sweeping your shin bone. The sound of me clapping your bitch cheeks, my ringtone. About to go assault, you little cowards throw assault. Cause my heart's so empty like Al Capone's vault. Catapult, flaming boulders that smolder, aiming at soldiers. Better pray to Jehovah cause the soft days are over.
It's time for Armageddon.
Arm yourself cause Armageddon is mad. Count down to Armageddon. Consider yourselves.
Stab them every letter, amputate them with a syllable. My imagination leaving lacerations on your physical. Your fabrication, this assassination, we despicable. I cause floods when I'm graphing pages, it gets biblical. Hardcore snapping these rappers faster than poster boards. I'm like some Alexander the Great. Don't wanna go to war, the overlord, throw them overboard. My vocal cords possessed by the devil, you can't test me, you know the score. They said you was dope, at best you a joke. Every second I'll be penning reprehensible quotes. Ain't ready for smoke,
I hit you like a fentanyl dose. Legendary flow, step to me, you left with no post. Know my lyrics fatal, each breath is like a tornado. Get strained with a microphone cable, say I'm unstable. Saliva so purine, the purest best shut your cake hole. Now lay low, better watch your spirit like you J. Cole. It's time for Armageddon.
Arm yourself, cause Armageddon is now. Count down to Armageddon. Consider yourselves.
I rock with a Glock 4, like I was Bon Jovi. Exotic leather holster, keep the llama cozy. I'm efficient with the fish scale. Master electrician, no fiction, I know the plug well. Oh, use a thug well, I'ma let you in on a secret. It's only one hell, and I'ma send your ass to it by sending 3 at your forehead and get a high five from that 666 guy. Potato on my barrel, gon' be French fries. How else you think I rap like this? This is a demon speaking, he patrollers with makeshift nunchucks from Wii controllers. Spoil your meat, bash your head in with a toilet seat. The gold commode at the royal suite, make sure your voice to see. Remote weapons with details to make the little umbrella pop out your cocktail and shoot up through your nostril. Go to your bitch ass show, wait till you get on stage then. I eliminate your patrons with a chemical agent.
It's time for Armageddon.
Arm yourself, cause Armageddon is now. Count down to Armageddon. Consider yourselves. Come on.
All right, yo, that was Armageddon by the one and only Jim Alexander, featuring, of course, Apathy and self-titled Sick. Make sure you follow Jim and run that up. And then we're back. We got a better signal. Yeah. All right. So look, we're going to do this right. All right. What I want you to do is take me back to your first memory associated with hip hop so we can just start this all over again. Then we'll get into it. All right, fam?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about it.
This was the late 80s, man, when there was Young TV Raps on cable. You feel me? Different era. Whole different era. This is like 40 years ago type shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I remember just being so influenced by Public Enemy #1. You know what I'm saying? This is around the time Fear of a Black Planet came out.
Yeah.
And when Flavor Flav had the fucking clock as a necklace and his hair is had like this, and it was like dancing, doing the b-boy dance. That shit had me wilding out, yo. Like, word to God, like that shit was just, I'm like, yo, this is the illest shit I ever seen in my life. You know what I mean?
And that made an impact on you, and you know, basically from there, you know, it was one of those things where, you know, it just took over and everything like that.
100%.
And then you mentioned, you know, or we were talking about also, you know, you have a deep roots with skateboard culture and skating, and you first started skating at what age?
I would say 12. Yeah, 12.
Word. And at that point, like you said, you were cruising around, and then what made you start, you know, evolving?
Doing tricks?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a very competitive person, and seeing my friends never played basketball, but I was the best basketball player in middle school and high school.
All right.
I transitioned from basketball to skateboarding throughout my teenage years.
Okay.
I was told in high school I could have made it to the NBA. I was that good. You know what I'm saying?
What made you stop from that, you know, continuing on to that, from that path? Like, what made you, like, just, you know, got you out of that?
I'll be honest, bro. It was like a mixture of things. I remember that, like, month transitioning from basketball. All my homies were basketball players, you dig, in middle school. And then coming to school with a skateboard, and all my homies are like, you know I'm baller. They was like mad. They was like not offended or disappointed that I like left the basketball scene. You dig?
Yeah.
But I was like, this is the thing. I started skateboarding, And this has to do with Ghettofresh Clothing because I would wear clothes to school back the shit nobody in fucking school would wear, my boy. Talking about fatigues, like blue fatigues, army fatigues,
Yeah.
with a fucking skateboarding t-shirt. And fools would be like bugging out, like, yo, what the fuck? You rocking Jordans with fatigues and a skate t-shirt? Nobody do it. Like, you, the fuck, like, it was an eye catcher for people.
Yeah.
Then it was funny because I noticed 10 years later, fast forward like 2007, this is 97 I'm talking about, that became cool.
Yeah.
Skateboarding and graffiti or skateboarding and hip hop started to merge more.
Yeah.
You know? But I was one of the first people to really, as far as fashion, because of being playing basketball and then getting into skating and mixing my fashion up, I set a lot of trends in the neighborhood. So I noticed even in just like in LA, people started wearing like that because where I'm from, the part of LA I'm from, which is like mid-city, West LA, people either were dressed strictly to a T as a skater.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember this one dude, we would skate at this park, me and my cousins. We lived right next to Douglas Park. And I remember my cousin pointing out this dude. He's like, yo, this dude's trying to look like Chad Muska. Because back in the late 90s, like 97, Chad Muska was the motherfucking man, bro. As far
Absolutely.
as like fashion, I got to give it up to two people, Kareem Campbell and Chad Muska.
They're
both legends to me.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Chad Muska set trends that forever changed the game. I remember he made a backpack, a shorty's backpack that you could fit your skateboard inside.
I do remember that too. I remember seeing that. Hell yeah.
And he even after that, he made one that you could fit 2 40-ounce bottles on each side. Yeah, and the skateboard. And this motherfucker went even farther. He was sponsored by ES, right?
Yeah.
Which was like a click off of Etnies. And he had a weed pocket in the tongue of the sneaker.
Damn. Yeah, I do remember
like,
that. You know, I do. Yes. Because he had the secret stash spot. Yeah.
And no cop would ever think to look in your tongue. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Sneaker, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man.
So he was genius for that shit, bro. Like I remember, having weed on me in Santa Monica and Venice and being like, oh shit, I'm on my skateboard. Where can I put my weed so it doesn't smell? Or because back then weed was no joke. They'd lock you up.
Oh hell yeah.
So Chad Muska saved a lot of kids from going to jail. A lot of, not to say kids, teenagers from going to jail over smoking a little bit of weed that really was nothing but medicine for us back then.
Absolutely, especially being on skateboards when you I know the pain that's associated with it myself. You know what I mean? Like taking those headers and everything like that. It absolutely helps with pain. So
yeah, I was always real resilient as a teenager. I never got into any skateboarding accidents. I was always like, I don't know, man. Like I was the best out of my whole squad.
Dope. And then of course, you're deeply, deeply, deeply rooted with graffiti itself. And I'm a humongous fan of graffiti, graph writers, all of it. And
yes,
my first tattoo, I had one of Cincinnati's most prolific skateboarder or graffiti artist, do my tattoo and everything like that and bomb my arm. And that in itself, like, I can't do it. What got you inspired into being creative like that and doing graffiti?
I remember going to the skate spots, man, and seeing the tags at the West LA courthouse, and then going to the Venice Pavilion, and there was murals. There was murals, bro, and it was like, wow. You know what I mean? I had a best friend of mine named Don C from Blunt Boogie, Arc Druids. He's a famous producer now. Works with Animas, Rock Marciano, and all them guys. That was my first rap click. But he used to tag Blaze. BL. He did the L with the A, like the LA, and then ZE. And seeing him do that tag back in 97, 90, like, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, people would ask him to do their name on the skate decks and shit. So then I'm like, all right, I racked a couple fucking markers from local art stores, and I started tagging on my fucking grip tape. So I knew it was my shit. Plus, it would name all my crews on the skate on the grip tape. You dig? Yeah. So that transitioned into me doing my first graffiti piece. I'll never forget having it in my bedroom on the wall, doing it on like cardstock.
Okay.
And it was like crazy because I was like 12 years old, and I remember just having fun with it, but ended up rocking a burner, like with arrows and everything, all 3D'd and shit. And I was like, damn, I did that.
Wow.
So that was my intro into piecing, graffiti. There was a company out back then called the Writer's Bench. Remember?
It'll be right back, y'all. And once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in and working with us throughout this episode. And I'll let you know that we have basically coming up this next week, we've got a action-packed full week of episodes for you. Coming up on Monday, I'm going to be interviewing the group Black Medine from Spit Slam Records. I'm going to also be on Tuesday be doing the release party with M-Rock. We got you back.
We good?
Yes, we good. We back. Can you hear us? Check.
All right, there we
go. All right, we got you. Can hear me?
We back?
Yeah, we back.
Good.
Can you hear? Yeah.
I can hear you.
All right, cool. So basically, finish, please.
I'll let you talk.
Go ahead.
Say again?
Just go ahead and finish what you were getting ready to say.
Oh, I was saying that was my... Yeah, there was a company called the Writer's Bench, you dig?
Yes.
And then there was a shop called Workman's Outlet, and they were on Venice Boardwalk.
Okay.
And I remember buying my first Mean Streak there, and they had all the dope graffiti magazines. They had shit from Bates, the dude that writes Bates in Europe. They had all the dope stickers there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the dude there, shout out to DJ Swipes. You know what I'm saying? Bro gave me my first marker, first Mean Streak, and I caught a tag in the Venice Pavilion.
Yeah.
And my first name before Deck was actually Illa. ILLA. Like I'm iller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So man, those are the glory days, man. 97, 98, skateboarding and graffiti went hand in hand with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it was also I think a lot had to do with it was like the graphics that were on the skate decks were always like some type of graffiti style. Like you mentioned Natus Copus earlier.
Yeah.
He was on Santa Monica Airlines.
Yes.
My main shop that I sell to is the shop for Santa Monica Airlines, Rip City Skates in Santa Monica.
Skates.
They're the oldest skate shop in LA. Yep.
Which is basically really important with your history because that was the first spot that gave you a shot to sell your clothing line and your t-shirts. And take us through that story real quick.
So I used to go there as a really young, before even a teenager, man. I'm talking about like 12. So my cousins were on Section 8 living in Santa Monica. My cousin, shout out to my cousin Amir and my cousin Kamal. We used to skate. They lived right next to a skate park called Douglas Park. That's where I learned how to 50-50 grind. What else? I think I learned how to tail slide. Yeah, first tail slide I learned was right there. Um, and then right down the street, if you skated down 26th Street and you made a left, you could skate up to West LA Courthouse. But on the way, my cousin was like, "There's this shop called Rip City, like old school shop."
Mm-hmm.
So I remember going in there, and it was like this like dark little small, shop, and being like getting our bearings, our trucks tightened or getting bearings if we needed. The shit was you mentioned Powell Peralta. Do you remember the gold Bones bearings?
Absolutely, bro. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, so those were like the $30 ones. We either got like I remember transitioning from those, getting those, and you would spin the wheel on the fucking skateboard and it wouldn't stop. You're like, that's why you're paying that extra $15.
Yep.
And they were gold too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
What was your favorite trucks? You independent guy?
So I transitioned into independent, but my first trucks were not my favorite trucks at first were not independents.
What were
independents were too heavy for me.
Ah.
Oh, the first ones were Venture.
Okay. Gotcha, dope.
Remember Venture trucks?
Yes, sir, I do. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. We're going back in time right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I told you,
Yeah,
I was into skateboarding and shit like that. I was never good enough. You know what I mean? I was a football player, man. I liked blunt force trauma and shit, man. Just throwing my body into people. But yeah. But no, I mean, that shit definitely takes me back to, that and the art, because, you had one of the things that I was doing when I was doing research on you before this interview, I seen how you had taken a course or went through college, and you went into streetwear clothing, and that was one of the things that you majored in, right? And
yes.
And basically the very first brand that was associated with streetwear, well, it first started off as Stussy, and then basically from there, Vision. And I remember rocking Vision when it first came out. Everybody had to have a Vision shirt. It was something that you had to have, and that really made it an inspiration on you and helped you establish your clothing line that you have right now, and it continues to grow and blow up. So tell us about that, fam.
It's so deep, bro. Like, I really don't believe in coincidences. I believe that like there's a higher power. People have a lot of names for it, but like everything, if you want to say everything's a coincidence, you could say the word coincidence is coincides. So everything coincides, everything's in accord with everything.
Yeah.
So like the fact that my cousins live next to a skate park that was down the street from Rip City Skates, and then I ended up stopping there on the way to West LA Courthouse and skating all fucking day till, we were sweaty and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I never really thought, like, going in there as a kid, like, that I would have my brand selling in there, to be honest, because you can't just go into there's not a brand out there right now that you can go into Rip City and get your brand selling in there. They're going to fucking tell you, have a good day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you met Chad, how much of an impact, like, and I know you mentioned it earlier, but how much of an impact did that experience have even to this day on you?
It had a lot of deep, you're right. You're on point with that question, because the fact that it was a homie from LA that kind of looked similar to me, and he started Shorties, he started all these, he was an innovator, in skateboarding, but also in streetwear. Like I said, he had the fucking shoes with the weed pouch in the tongue. You know what I mean? Nobody did that. Mm-hmm. Nobody thought to do that type shit. You know what I mean? Oh, he also had a wheel company called Ghetto Child. And I never like thought of Ghetto Child to start Ghetto Fresh. You know what I mean? Maybe one day we can collaborate. But the name came to me because I'm from Venice. Originally, Venice was like really fucking grimy, bro. I mean, like, there was prostitutes, there was shootouts, there was crack being sold. There was also a lot of art and a lot of skateboarding, but everybody from the hood knew that that was the ghetto by the sea. So that's why I chose that name, Ghetto Fresh. You know, my story is never forget where I came from, but also like don't get stuck in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be that dude on the corner drinking a beer talking about, yo, back in the days, bro, it was like this or whatever. I gotta stay fresh. You know what I mean? So it's like remembering my roots, paying homage to the OGs and those before me, like people like Chad Muska, people like Tony Alva, people like Tuma, everybody on Santa Monica Airlines, Nadas Kapis, Kareem Campbell, Saul Barbier, Day One Song. Oh my God, probably my favorite skater. Rodney Mullen. Who else, bro?
Come on,
everybody on.
Shout out to the one and only, like the Mutt, Roddy Mullen, and also, of course, for me, Caballero. Those two for me.
Caballero, yeah.
And then, of course, Christian Hosai. I mean, that's like the top three for me. And then, of course, no disrespect to anybody, any of the other ones, but for me, those were the three that, like, I just would be in awe of, and still am in awe of those guys.
Yeah, no doubt, definitely, man. The first skate video that I ever watched, and then I ended up getting a copy of buying on VHS, was called Trilogy, and they called it Trilogy because it was 3 different skate companies all in one video, whereas most videos it was one skate company on the fucking tape. You know, it was either Chocolate or World. You know, this was World Industries, 101, which ain't even around anymore, and Blind Skateboards.
Yeah, oh yeah,
so
Blind.
It was everybody from all 3 of those teams. So it concluded everybody on World Industries. A lot of people might not know World Industries had Day One Song. They had Kareem Campbell. Kareem Campbell was the king of, he's from the East Coast. He's from Brooklyn. And if anybody listening out there doesn't know, everybody knows about Brooklyn Projects on Melrose. They might not know that was founded by Kareem Campbell because he's from Brooklyn. And it originally wasn't called Brooklyn Projects. It was called Brooklyn House West.
Okay.
And it was in a different location. It was closer to Fairfax, by Fairfax High on Melrose.
Gotcha.
And the OG LA graffiti artist Vile One from COI painted the side of it. Yeah, and they used to sell mean streaks there. They used to sell graffiti supplies, all kind of shit. But shout outs to what I'm getting at is Trilogy. So it was like Day One Song, Kareem Campbell. Those are the 2 that really stood out to me. Then you had people on 101. You had Gino Iannucci. You remember that guy?
Yes.
Yeah. He was the first dude I ever seen rock a pair of Nikes and skate in them, like high top Nikes.
Hell yeah.
You know? And,
which actually ended up launching Nike skateboard.
There you go. You go where I'm going.
Yeah.
Go where I'm going. Yeah. So I don't know if you know this, bro, but Nike originally in '97, because of people like Gino wearing Nikes and skateboarding in them, which was an oddity at the time, they tried making a skate sneaker in 1997, and it flopped.
Yeah.
Because people were like, yo, y'all are not skateboard, y'all ain't down with
Nike,
us.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, like, what the fuck? Like, you can't just come up in here and be a part of this shit, you know what I mean?
Because that was right around the time.
To be really honest, the sneaker was garbage. It was whack. Like,
was it? Yeah,
it wasn't.
I don't remember.
It wasn't dope. So I thought it was dope when they came back in 2003 with Nike SB, and they basically took the first Jordan sneaker and made it into a Nike SB Dunk.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I even right now, I'm rocking a pair of Blazers right now. I fuck with these heavy.
Oh, hell
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
man. Those are comfortable too.
Yeah. So shout out to Nike SB, and Nike is dope, bro. You know what I mean? I just think
Yeah.
that it was interesting, their little process. I even did some research recently on how Nike got even started, and it's pretty deep, bro. Like they tried to get bought out by some and ripped off, and the owner wasn't having it. And yeah, how the Nike, they call it the Nike check, but the swoosh got made. Yeah, there's a whole story behind that. If anyone wants to Google that, you check out.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I love talking about all
Dope.
this stuff, man.
Hell yeah. Well, let's talk about, WGS. It traces its first crew piece back to 1993, while your postmark 1998 as a key date for you and your identity as Deck One. What I want you to do is walk me through the years between those markers and explain, how you earned your place inside of WGS, CMA, and AOB.
To be honest, it was like it's all the events you go to. It's you meet people, they fuck with you, and it's like they're like, "Yo, come over here, man. You dope. We want you a part of this." And I've had to turn down crews before, like people are like, "Yo, I want you to be a part of this crew." I'm like, I can't do it. There was times in my life where I was just a oneer because I never really, in the 90s, there was a lot of beef between graffiti crews.
Okay.
So my thing was like, why would I inherit another man's problem if that's not my problem? You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I'm a pretty peaceful person. I've been in all kind of shit, but I'm not really fucking, you know what I mean? Like I'm more of a business, making money, peaceful type of person, you know what I mean?
I totally get you.
Yeah. The tag banging shit had a little effect on me in, with AOB. I was also a part of a crew called PIE, Posse in Effect.
Okay.
Which I'm still friends with them. Those are my homies, Probably gonna end up painting a wall with them soon. They're kind of clicked up with CMA because one of the founding members of PIE, who's friends with my older brother, by the way, shout outs to the homie from TDF PIE. TDF and CMA are clicked up because we both have a lot of the same members. So what I'm getting at is like you asking me about the crews.
Yeah.
We all come from one source. You dig?
Yeah. And I mean, to say,
I think
of course,
the sound might have cut out. Let me one second.
As we're just going to go ahead and as I'll talk through this, basically, you think about it, graffiti, graph writing is one of the elements, the 5 elements we'll say, but the original 4, you had breakers, DJs, MCs, and graffiti artists. And then of course you got knowledge as the 5th, but, graffiti is very, very much important, and Deck One has been in the industry. There we go. All right. So go ahead and finish, man.
Yo, you there?
Yeah. So what I was saying is basically, how graffiti culture is one of the founding and one of the main, founding elements of...
Yo, Boog, you there?
Yeah. You can't hear me? Check 1, 2.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. So like one of the founding elements, of course, was that basically you got to say graffiti, right? That was one of the founding elements. And that's, you really, not only that, you've been kind of like a b-boy and part of hip hop throughout your life, all the way from when you first saw the, Public Enemy on Yo MTV Raps to now, because you even MC, but, graffiti being something that you really, really were a part of and in it, what I want to know is, when we were talking previously off air, you were telling me about your father, and you know how he makes
Oh, okay.
flutes and as a jazz musician and everything like that. And you know,
Yeah.
did your father being in music as much as he was and making flutes and all of the stuff and play, did that really fuel your creative side of you?
Yes, to the fullest. Yeah, a lot of people look at my designs, my graffiti pieces, and they're like, "Yo, that looks like African patterns and artwork and stuff like that." And a lot of my graffiti people can't even read. People will be like, "Yo, that's too wild style. It's too crazy looking," and I like that.
I got you. Hell yeah, man. I mean, I love it. I love that shit, man. With you know, I you had mentioned and because I am going through cancer, and you had mentioned that your father's going through cancer as well, and I just want everybody to make sure that they send positive vibes to your father, you know, and his fight, because anybody, I've lost the majority of my family to cancer. It just runs heavy in my family, and you know, publicly, I just wanted to say my heart goes out to you, your family, and of course your father, as he continues to fight through the illness that he's got right now. And everybody out there, make sure that you do what you can to raise awareness about cancer, and let's get a cause, or let's get a cure, and instead of just a like patch me up, and do your research, share, and do what you can to advocate for cancer, because it's one of the ones out there. You got to make sure you get your checkups, because man,
Yeah.
but you know, how does your dad feel about you and like the success that you have now? I mean, you know, seeing you as a kid, and now, you know, you're a self-made man with your own brand, and you've got your own momentum going. You know, what's your dad think about everything that you got going on right now?
He's so proud of me. He's like beyond proud of me. You
What's
know,
that mean
he's,
to you?
huh?
What's that mean to you?
Everything. It means I did my job, and I stepped up to the plate and held down the lineage for my family.
Yeah, man. That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, it's everything. It's my soul. It's my ancestors. It's my DNA. The real talk.
Hell yeah. You know, your public profile identifies you as a West LA graffiti artist, you know, MC, streetwear designer, and hip hop historian. I want to
Yes.
ask you, which role came first, and how did each discipline influence the others for you?
Okay, so aside from the skateboarding, the element I first got into was MCing
Okay.
at a very young age. Like talking about like 5 years old. So it went from '88 seeing Public Enemy on UMTV Raps, transitioned into me walking into my dad's music studio that he had at his crib, our crib, and getting on the mic and spitting rhymes when I was 5 years old.
Damn.
Yep,
That's crazy.
it is.
I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
so
And I remember like even later, like being like 9 years old, being at a homie's house doing a sleepover, and his sister and all the hottie girls would come out, you know, and they want to have fun with us and shit. And I'd start spitting rhymes. They'd be like, "Damn, this motherfucker's got talent." So that shit came really early. You know what I mean? 5 years old.
that's dope, man. And you still
Yeah.
continue to, you know, you still continue to MC and spit to this day. And, you know, are you ever going to, or do you have plans on releasing any type of projects or work? Are you looking to collab with anybody, or, you know, what takes priority in your life at this moment?
I'm glad you asked that question, my G. I actually just finished a song with Blue and Destruct.
Dope. Hell yeah. And shout out to the Blue and Destruct. You know, we've had Destruct on multiple times, and that's the family right there too. So He's an LMC, so I'm looking forward to that. When are you guys going to
Oh,
release it?
bro. Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, dude. Shout outs to my bro, Blue. John Barn. I want to put his government name out there. X that out. Shout outs to Blue. Blue, since I first heard Blue, he's on full rotation 24/7 in my fucking car when I'm driving all fucking day. And when I met him, he was real cool. I shot him a hat on the strength at a T-Hop Fest with Ciroc on Rhymesayers.
Yeah.
60 East, his birthday, in 2024. And then earlier this year, this beautiful opportunity presented itself into my life where I was up in Westwood by UCLA, and I met this girl that worked on UCLA radio. And she was big into hip-hop. So she was like, yo, let me show you some shit. And I was like, she's like way younger, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Born in fucking, she's like 23 years old. I'm like, yo, let the OG show you something. So I put on the Dino Spectrum album by Atmosphere. A lot of people don't know about that album. You know about that album?
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Well, trip out, bro. I met, and nothing against my homegirl. I got a homegirl of mine, not going to say her name, but she's like a diehard Atmosphere fan. And I was at her house, and I showed her that album, and she's like, I never knew about this album. But I grew up on that album. Yeah. So basically, getting back to Blue, I showed her the song that's called, it's on the Dino Spectrum, and it's the same beat that Kanye West uses in Drive Slow and Tupac uses in Shorty Wanna Be a Thug.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the actual name of the sample. Yeah.
It's called Word Is Born.
Yeah, for sure.
So check it out. Anybody can look that up. Doesn't matter. We'll get to the point. I bust that song out, and I'm like, yo, check this shit out. And her fucking mind, like, lit up with light. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, what the fuck? She's like, yo, this sounds like Farside. I was like, yeah, all right. You you get the vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Cheska, the homegirl at UCLA Radio. So we're talking, and she was like, yo, do you rap? And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, I work on UCLA Radio. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, you know, I could possibly pull up there and do something with my brand or something like that. And then she was like, yo, well, I do like album reviews if you know anybody dropping a new album. And I haven't personally dropped an album since 2009. So I knew that Mike and Nine and Blue had just done God Takes Care of Babies and Fools. So I was like, all right, this is kind of a good time to reach out to the homie Blue. And because me and him, okay, just to give a little history before that story, December 28th, 2025, I opened up for Living Legends at Project Blowed Anniversary at Los Globos. And Blue saw me perform and was like blown away. And then the homie Cyrillis, who is Vel Nine's husband, went up to Blue and was like, yo, because I'm talking to Blue, talking about like knowledge and, you know, everything about hip hop and all that. And he walks up, he's like, yo, Blue, this motherfucker Dex just fucking killed the whole fucking stage, just went crazy. Like this fool did it, like one of the probably the best performance all night. He was like literally tapping him, like, yo, you don't get it, bro. Like this dude's a really dope MC. So then Blue was like, oh, word? So that sparked me getting his number, you know what I'm saying? And then, so when I met Francesca, who worked for UCLA Radio, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll holler at Blue and bring him and Mike and Nine onto UCLA Radio, and we can all cipher, and they can promote their album. And I hit up Blue, and he was down. But one thing he was like, I live a little far from Westwood, so I would have to take an Uber. I'm like, nah, my boy, I'm gonna pick you up. So I picked him up. Then we picked up Micah, and I was at Micah's house, and I started freestyling, and Micah was like, jaw dropped, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like bugged out type shit. You dig? And so we pull up to UCLA radio, and we all get she does an interview on them, and yeah, they got to play the whole. She listened to the whole album, kind of how you did the discography on me. You know, she did that on the whole album for God Takes Care of Babies and Fools.
Hell
and then the dope thing was that like the banner you saw earlier in the interview at my warehouse, we put that up at UCLA radio, and I don't know if you know this, but UCLA radio has been there since 1963.
Wow.
1962. So the mics there are from that year. They're vintage mics.
They still have the same mics? That's sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro. So we got to spit on these vintage mics, and Mike, it was dope, bro. If anybody hasn't checked it out, it's on my Instagram. It's on YouTube. Shit. We might have to redo one with me, Blue, and Micah, because they got another album coming out, and now I got a song with Blue, and me and Blue are working together.
Listen, family, you are family, and that's one of the reasons why I reached out to you and wanted to make sure that I had an opportunity to get you on. And anytime you and the crew want to jump on, you know, my platform is your platform, and I'm here to, you know, basically celebrate and document and, you know, do anything I can to get the real culture out, and also like all of the different genres of hip hop, you know, and the up and coming underground artists to the legends to everything, you know, and it's not there. I don't believe in gatekeeping and shit. Like, you know, as far as like,
I'm big on that too, bro.
Yeah, like, you know, you got to include the young ones because, and also accept the young one sounds for what it is, because I remember how the old heads would look at us and, you know, and be like, that's not music. They would literally say, that's not music. You know,
remember when they say that about hip hop? They're like, that shit ain't music. That shit ain't gonna last.
It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. And like, look,
they said it was a fad. Exactly. They're like, it's a fad. That's just a thing that's gonna come and go.
And it fucking took over the world and took over all of culture. You know what I mean? You got motherfuckers in the Middle East that's fighting right now, and they still they throwing.
Bro, I was driving on the freeway the other night, and I couldn't believe this shit because I'm good friends with Shaheem the Rugged Child from Wu-Tang, right?
Oh yeah, mad love to him.
Yeah, that's my brother. I could bring him on here too if you ever need.
Hell yeah, that would be amazing.
You want me to make that happen?
Yes, sir.
I got you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was driving on the freeway the other night, and there was like, you know, the casinos that are all through like Torrance and all that.
Yes, sir.
So they got these big signs that are lit up for like Chevrolet, Ford, all that shit. You know what I mean? All the car lots. And they got the casinos and all that shit, the malls. And I couldn't believe when I was driving by, and it was the Wu W, and it said Wu-Tang Clan show something, and I'm like, the fuck? Like, bro, Wu-Tang is up there with Ford and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy.
That shit's crazy.
It's amazing.
I would have never fucking think that, dog. And back, you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean. I've got one of my bags that I rock, you know, they have what they call morale patches with the Velcro on them. Like, you know, you have the bags that have like the Velcro strips, and you can put them on there. And I've got a Wu-Tang emblem on there and stuff like that I'm always rocking and shit like that. And like, my last name starts with a W, so, you know, and my initials are BMW, so it's like always been something like, you know, W.
That's dope.
Anytime there's a W, like I've always fucked with Wu-Tang since the very first time I heard them. I mean, just thinking about how they brought in the of course, like the whole kung fu aspect of it, and was mysterious, and like like the first album covers and the first the 12-inch singles with they had the whole white masks on, and you didn't know who the hell was who and shit.
With the fucking with the chessboard.
Correct, right? And like, you know, just all of that was like just staring at that. Like,
bro, I'm gonna give it to you with no trivia. Bro, like Kid King straight from Bolivia. Bro, that shit's wild. Like that music is so powerful, bro. Timeless. And like you said, they're rocking the white mask. You can't even see their face. Timeless. You know, and they got the I love the sword fucking the sound effects. The and what I found out recently too about the W is that the brother that drew that W wanted it to look like it looks like that because it's supposed to be two sides of a sword. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And that was Mathematics that did that, who ended up producing his first full-time, which was the album that they like officially inducted Redman. It came out right around the pandemic or right before the pandemic. It was completely produced by Mathematics, and that album was ill. And it was like one of the first albums that had them all back on, had the main roster back on, and I love it. And then, you know, they still are doing stuff with Mathematics too.
Yeah, rest in peace, Power, too.
Rest in peace, yes, absolutely. That was huge.
Yeah. I'm really proud of my brother Shaheem because he got on at such a young, early age. And he went through similar struggles I went through, prison, getting stabbed and shit like that. And when I met Shaheem, we didn't even have to say any words to each other. Like, we just read each other. We knew we were brothers. You know what I mean? We're like 5 years apart. You know what I'm saying? And that's like literally like a brother to me. You know what I mean? He's like, you come out to New York, you can stay at my crib. I'll get you stuff selling in the Woolwear store and all that, you know? So I shot him a little care package when I was with him in person. Got to see him perform. And I interviewed him as well because I'm working on a Graffiti hip-hop magazine right now.
No kidding. Tell everybody about that. Like, what is the name of it, and like when do you anticipate your first like drop?
I don't have a date right now, but I have all the content, and it's gonna be called Ghettofresh Volume 1. We're gonna have different volumes, but what we're gonna first and foremost, is pay homage to all the gods that was a part of Ghettofresh that are no longer in the flesh.
Yeah, and you know, the one that, you know, you
search
as I was getting ready to ask you, as far as, you know, that meeting him was a huge impact in your life, and he really
the biggest impact ever in my life ever.
So I think the story about how you met him for the first time is ill, and I would love for you to recount that and document it here, but also not only that, but take us a step further than you normally have, and, you know, tell us how you try to continue on what that moment and what he meant to you and his legacy, how you try to tie that in with everything that you do now.
100%. So I first met Search when I was 14 in 1999. And I was with two of my homies. One of them passed away 2 years ago. He got really into gangbanging and all that shit in prison and all that. But he was with the business, you know what I mean? And we were all stealing paint at this spot called Michael's in Santa Monica. And there was an entrance on 4th Street, and there was an alleyway you could leave. You could dip out when you racked all your shit. And it was a free-for-all back then, you know, because they didn't even have a locker on where they had the Krylons, the OG Krylons. So we would rack those. We would rack the acrylics, because back in the 90s, people don't do this now. You used to be able to rack acrylics, and we used to write on the sidewalks. And basically, if no one walked on your tag would be there for 5, 6, 7 years. Wow. It was like landmark shit. So we was up there just getting our paint, and this big dude walks in, and he was like, "Yo, what y'all write?" He didn't get at us no negative shit. He just wanted to know who he was, encountered with. And I was like, "I'm Deck." My homie's like, "I'm Repo." My boy was like, "I'm Cram." And he was like, "Word, I'm Search, Colt, AOB. I'm drunk. I'm about to rack all this paint." And he had a fucking jacket where you could fit like 20 cans up in there. And he literally took the 20 cans, put them in that jacket, and dipped out the back entrance. And my homie was like, "You know what that is, right?" And I was like, "I do, but like, fill me in." He's like, "That's the Sticker King right there, valet." I was like, "Oh, okay, word." And that alone had a monumental, very powerful impact on my vision. You know what I'm saying? I'm a visionary. So like, I started seeing his stickers. He's LA Sticker King. I started seeing his stickers everywhere, and they were done so intricately, and no one ever done what he did. Like taking a stencil of a character, like a b-boy character. I got a bunch of them tattooed on me. Matter of fact, here's one right here.
That's sick.
Here, hold on. Let me show it to you. Okay, let's get this other one out.
Get the tree out the way.
Yeah, that right there is done by
that's
Search.
Ill. Yes.
Hold on. There we go. Okay, there's his signature right there. So anyone looking in, hold on.
Yep, there
Search
you go.
one. And then look, he's rocking the I did the Cortez artwork, the cans, the fill-in, but he drew that by hand, the character.
It's
sick, also here.
Hell yeah.
Dude, yeah, that shit tattooed on me.
That's it.
So that character, eventually I want to make it into an action figure.
That's dope.
Yep.
You should definitely do that, man. And you know what's even doper is that, hip hop action figures are like taking off, and there's a ton of, I interviewed Q Unique on Tuesday.
I saw that. I saw that, man. How'd that go?
Oh man, it was amazing. That was an amazing episode, and he's got an album.
I just want to say one thing. I grew up like 2001. My homie made me a mixtape. My homie DJ Severe, and the Arsonists were on there, and that song. They had a song called who's the name? Man? It was on their second album, and it was just fucking legendary. And I didn't know till later that I knew about Q Unique, that he was in the group, but I didn't know that Destroy was in the group. I had Destroy's album separately on vinyl. I didn't know that was him on the fucking song. Yeah.
I'm trying to look up the track list right now just to be able to.
I think it says "As the World Burns." I think is the album.
The second studio album was Date of Birth from 2001. Was that As the World Burns was their debut album?
You're right. You're right. So the one that had a bass line, and it was like, "Hey man, I make you stay damn, and you get jerked like a spray can, cause kids get played like arcades up in Playland."
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember that joint. The name.
I do. I'm trying to think. So
bleep bleep. Dun dun dun. Scooby Dooby Dooby. Scooby Dooby Doo. Bleep bleep. Dun dun dun.
So the track listing for the second album, the intro was Date of Birth. Second track was Stay Low. Third track, We About. Fourth was What You Want. Fifth was Language Arts. Sixth was Respect the Unexpected. 7 was Self-Righteous Spicks. 8 was His Hate, Her Love. 9 was Burn It Out. 10 was Whatever, Whenever. You had 11, Bleep.
That's
12,
it. It's Bleep Bleep.
Yeah, that's
bleep.
what I thought you was talking about. And then you had 12, you had Wordplay. 13, Alive. 14th, Epitaph. 15 Space Junk, and then that one Space Junk featured Kinetic Energy, and then 16th closing track was Millionaire.
I had the pleasure of meeting Shabazz the Disciple at Rhymefest. I didn't know his blood cousin is one of the members of the Arsonists as well. His name is what are the members?
the members of Arsonist. Let's see here. You have
Freestyle. Freestyle's his cousin.
Gotcha. I'm going to give you the entire history of the crew. You had, of course, Q Unique. You had Just One. You had Swivel Boogie. We had El Pena, Zoe Pena, Lori Velez, Kinetic Energy. And then, of course, on the second album, Psycho Les produced one track off of there, which was Self-Righteous.
That's the homie.
Yep. I mean, Psycho Les, come on now. Squeeze. Then you had DJ Doom. You had Jesus Rora was the engineering mixing management. You had Sanchez Stanfield as art direction design. Carl Sater, which was photography. And E. Victoria Toro for photography as well. That was the personnel on that second album. And, you know, the big thing about it is that Q Unique is listed as a producer on every single track with the exception of the seventh one that Psycho Les did, which was the Self-Righteous one.
I had the pleasure of speaking with Psycho Les when I did that freestyle on Shade 45 the other night, like a week ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it on my Instagram.
I did, dude. And you crushed that shit, dude. I was wanting to ask you about that. What was that like to be able to go on Shade 45 and spit, like, and you were at the studio and everything like that? And like, what kind of, to be able to go where you faced a tremendous amount of adversity, and you've overcame a tremendous amount of adversity and challenges in your life, and you know, you've made it out, and you've made it, and you're successful, and you know, you're doing things where, you know, when some other people would either give up, use it as an excuse to just, you know, not change, or let other people's definition and saying, oh, well, this person is so and so because, you know, they got in trouble or whatever, right? How did all of those lessons that you learned help you in your present, and, you know, basically help you to show up? And what's it like to be able to go through everything that you've gone through? We don't have to get into particulars, but
no, it's okay. I'm glad you're like, you know me, so
to
you're
where
good.
You're at right now. Well, I mean, I'm being respectful and said, like, you talk about
You're not getting into detail. I dig it.
I'm not gonna air you out unless you want talk about it. You know what I mean?
No. We don't gotta do the because I did an interview on OG Husky, and he was like, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to talk about me getting stabbed and all that shit. You know what I mean? And fucking
but you've been through some things. I mean, this man's
I've been through some shit, bro.
Yeah, and you know, you didn't let that define you. I mean, and you've continued to persevere, and you're talking about launching a magazine. And I got an idea for you. I want you to, when you give out an episode of the magazine, like your first one, I think you should include a sticker pack with it.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking write that down, put it in the homie's ear. Yeah, got an investor,
like,
so
you know what I mean? Like, make a page, put a page in it or whatever, or just like when they purchase.
Oh shit!
Sticker pack, bam.
You're right.
The old school days,
there was a brand called The Hundreds, and they had a fucking magazine one time that I got from their shop. I think I had to buy it or something, and it had like this little fold-out page. It was all these dope stickers, and I put them all on this little collage I had in my bedroom. Either that or have them in a bag. Yeah, you're right. That's a gem right there. Thank you, Goats.
Yeah, no problem. But like, speaking of dope stickers, man, like my homie Mad Ways blessed me with a bunch of stickers, and
you need a sticker pack?
I need a sticker pack, man, because I need them to put on my flight cases for my.
Oh, my boy, I've been so busy, I forgot to ship out your T-shirt and your sticker pack.
It's all good, man. But check it out, man. Like, support my brother Mad Ways. He's one of my co-hosts, and he's busy and doing his thing.
He's working right now. It's all Gucci.
Mad
Ways.
Yeah,
it's funny, bro. Every time I talk, he rhymes and shit because, like, I'm naturally MC. You know what I mean?
Man. That's the bro, man. And Mad Dabbers, Moritz, and all them in the house. Make sure you follow all my peoples, man.
Yeah,
but,
man. We all one crew. You know what I mean?
Shout out to West Coast Creations is too. WCK. I mean, Monstro is like one of the illest and like one of my favorites, bro. Like whenever he puts anything out, I love Monstro. Like, you know, he's a good
So I talked to
dude.
Monstro this morning. He's he's crew with me. He's CMA.
He's bro, man. Like he's ill. He's an ill writer too. Like, you know what I mean? Like just he's
so
a
me and
B-boy.
him got that in common. We used to rock mics back fucking 13, 14 years ago. And this is when we were just coming up. But I went through phases, bro. Like I was on, then I got locked up for graffiti and shit. Then I came back and I was doing, you know, open mics and shit. Ended up going back to prison. And now it's like, that's over with. It's strictly hip hop. You know what I mean? And hip hop doesn't get me in trouble. Keeps me out of trouble.
And that was the original intent of hip hop, right? Was to help people take their energy and channel it, right? To keep, you know, them put it to positive use.
Right? Non-violent. It was an
alternative
to violence.
Exactly. It was a way to, you know, I mean, b-boying, you know, MCing and battling and everything. It was, you know, and even graffiti, like, you know, you had your crews.
Oh,
you know, it was a way to, instead of going and putting, you know, knives and guns and getting into violence.
Go to the wall or go on the fucking cardboard and see who can. So check it out. You were asking me earlier about the Shade 45 freestyle. We'll focus on that.
Tell me about
that. Because, so just a heads up, right before we started the cypher, there was a whole breakdancing competition. And you have motherfuckers from France. You have people from San Diego. We're talking about this is in West LA. So motherfuckers came from all over the world to be a part of this competition. Yeah. Shout out to the homie Doyenne. I don't know if y'all know who Doyenne. He does a festival all the time. That's the homie. He's a B-boy. Shout out to Asia One, No Easy Props, B-Boy Summit. You dig?
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the privilege or the honor, you know what I mean, to be on Shade 45 Punchline Academy. We did it multiple times. Last time we did it in April. Me, Destruct, and Monstro. My bad. We all recorded our shit and fucking when Amadeus from Shade 45 went to the Bay Area, his car got broken into. All the footage, all the laptops, and all that shit got stolen.
Oh no!
So we had to run it back. But like you said, bro, I've been through hell and back. You know what I'm saying? And I got like warrior blood in my DNA. So when shit hits the fan, it just makes me stronger. It just makes you want to go even harder. That's like, I'll give one metaphor, but it's real life. I got stabbed 4 times. I remember sitting there, and I didn't get dropped. Like the dude stabbed me and he was a crackhead, and it was over nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was a pussy. He didn't want to fight. You know what I mean? And so he pulled out a big ass knife, and he had gotten jumped like 3 times on the boulevard and wanted me to back him up. I'm like, homie, I don't even know you. Like, be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I think he got tired of being bullied. So he started carrying a shank, and then he folded on me because I was supposed to be his friend, and it's like sad, you know what I'm saying, that he had to, you know, put himself in that situation.
Yeah.
But me, I'm on top. You know what I mean? But I'll give a metaphor. So I got poked, and in the left arm I got poked twice, but not just poked. I got a gash. Like one gash was 4.5 to 5 inches.
Wow.
And all the blood was just pouring out of my arm to the fact where I started losing consciousness. And I remember I could have been like, all right, fuck it, this is it. I'm going to dip out of this body and shit. But instead, I chose to walk in, have the owner of this shop call 911. And I had to lay down because I was squirting out blood like hoses out of my body. And that shit was scary, to be honest, man.
Hell yeah.
But they were like, yo, Deck, like lay down, you know what I mean? Like, cause the blood's shooting out so hard. And a dude offered his belt to tie up my arm so the blood would stop gushing out.
Yeah.
I remember laying there, and I was like, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. I mean, but when they came and shot me up with the the morphine,
Yeah.
And I went to sleep for a little bit. When I woke up, it was like, you'd be in so much pain. Yeah, it was intense, bro. But I don't know, bro. Somehow, some way, um, I'm here.
You're a fighter, bro. Like I know what it's like. I've died twice, and I say it every podcast, not just to be like, "Ooh, pity me" or whatever like that. But
Yeah,
I
no. When you
understand.
said that,
It's a
I was like,
life
oh
changing.
snap.
It's a life changing because because of those experiences and because of the experiences of my youth and everything like that. I've realized through a lot of therapy, that people get stuck, fight, flight, and freeze. Like I've always been a fighter in regards to that, and that's the reason why, like, I ain't even tripping with this current cancer situation. It's like I got this shit beat. I beat it once. I'm gonna beat it again, and like
Hey,
it's
homie, I
middle
swear,
fingers
I
in the
swear,
air. Like,
I'm gonna keep you in my prayers.
thank you, man. I'll take all of the prayers I can get, bro. But
Nah,
this
bro. When I first tuned in, and you said I beat death twice, and I have cancer, automatically, the God in me vibrated with the God in you, and I'm like, this is family right here.
you
And
know
we also did the one before, but like really with this one, I'm glad it was just a one-on-one interview. You know,
absolutely. I've been
the
wanting to
last
have
one was dope,
one-on-one.
but it was 4 people. It was a little bit, you know,
Yeah, is a panel, and
it,
you,
yeah,
the one thing, because you've mentioned in, a lot of your social media and basically interviews, how much your faith means to you.
yes,
Do you attribute your faith? Have you always had faith, or your faith and your beliefs with you, or did your life and circumstances draw you to that or strengthen you? Like, what kind of impact did that have on your faith as far as where you are? Because you are so vocal about it, and I salute you, because I am a man of faith as well. And
thank you.
and I don't trip on people's, if they have different beliefs
Yeah,
or no beliefs. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody is I believe you're entitled to your opinion just like I am mine, and I don't
yeah,
need to force or win, because people get into the whole get down of like, no longer can people agree.
separation,
Yeah, they can't
division,
agree. They can't agree to disagree, right? You
yeah,
can't like respect other people without having to like win, and I'm not here for that. Like, I'm here to
nah,
spread love, spread positivity, and like, you do you, right? At the end of the day, but
yes, sir.
at the end of the day, like,
So you
getting
were
back
asking
to your
me,
faith, right? And
yeah,
like,
yeah,
that pays a has that what has kept you going through all of your challenges, and kept you going to on the path that you're on right now?
as an adult, yes. When I was younger, okay, how do I say this? When I was young, like 8 years old, before I got into skateboarding and shit, I was actually heavily into yoga, going to the Krishna temple and the SRF, Self Realization Fellowship. It just so happened I found out like 6 months into going there that I'm born on the founder's birthday. Paramahansa Yogananda was a man from India, a brown man, a Hindu man, but also was a Christian. So he
Mm,
came to America to unify religions. If anyone out there,
wow.
you don't even got to believe in God, but if you just want to go and check out a cool place, check Google Self Realization Fellowship. They got locations all over Los Angeles. They got one that actually survived the fire over there in Santa Monica, and it's a lake shrine where that he built himself, and it's literally got swans flying, not flying, swimming in the water. They got lotus flowers naturally growing,
Yeah.
stuff that you can't make up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like stuff that's really there, and just the fact that I was born on his birthday, I'm like, okay, that gave me like as a young mind, I'm like, okay, I'm on the right path. And what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead. I'm letting you finish.
Ah,
Yeah,
you're
go ahead.
good. Just it was cool meeting Mike and Nine. finding out that he goes to Self-Realization Fellowship as a kid, and that's why he got the name Freestyle Fellowship. It came from Self-Realization Fellowship, and he's a Capricorn like me.
Dope. Hell yeah, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. So, okay, so to my faith, so what I was getting at, when I was really young, I was like a young yogi. I was really into meditation, yoga. I stopped eating meat when I was 8. You know what I mean?
You still no meat?
Yeah, I stay away from meat. I stay away from red meat, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't eaten meat in a long time.
Word.
I
Gotcha.
can't do the vegan thing. The vegan thing's too hard for me. But if I can stay away from meat, I always feel pure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're like a pescatarian, you would say, like fish and like white meats. And
Fish. I love fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your favorite
Yeah, I
fish?
I had some salmon the other night that was bomb.
Salmon.
And it was wild Alaskan salmon. It was straight from Trader Joe's. Yeah. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead, continue on with what you were saying.
Okay, so yeah, I grew up going to the Krishna temple and SRF, and what I learned going there is that all God is one. You know, I like how Yogananda honors Judaism, Buddhism, Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, and then, you know what I mean? And you learn that these are all one. Christ, Krishna, you say Om Shalom. What else? There's one other. Oh, okay. In Hinduism, they have a holy trinity, and the father of creation, like literally, there's a holy trinity in Hinduism. Brahma,
I didn't know that.
Vishnu, and Shiva. So it makes sense even scientifically. Everything in this world we're looking at around us was created, right?
Mm-hmm.
This car I'm in, this building right here was created, right?
Right.
Me and you were created. So they have a trinity where everything, Brahma's the creator, right? Vishnu's a preserver. Shiva's the destroyer. But it's not like in a negative way. It's to be destroyed, to be reborn. You know what I mean? So everything around us is created. It has its time, and then it destructs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But what I found very interesting when I started getting really deep into like the unity of religion and reading all different texts from the Quran to the Torah to the Bible, the Old Testament to the Bhagavad Gita to the Mahabharata, Ramayana, and all that. What really interested me is when I found out that Brahma, being the father of mankind, is the same person from the Old Testament who we call Abraham. Mm-hmm. Abraham, Brahma, Abraham. It's the same person.
I did not know that. So Abraham is in Hinduism
Brahma
as well. Yeah, Brahma.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also Jesus is prophesied in the Vedas as well to come down as the Son of God. Yep.
Did not know that. So, you know, what's crazy is that when you start studying other religions and other, you know, cultures, that at the core of it, there is always, like you said, there's these connections, right? And it's pointing to in the same direction. Now,
yes,
the beliefs and the structure and the whole, what do you say, like dogmatic side of it, you know, they all have their own take and way and teachings, but at the end of the day, they all point to a creator, a higher power, and you know, again, whatever you can connect with, if it's something that helps you, makes a positive impact in your life, I'm all for that, right? And
I'll give you one metaphor that'll help maybe anybody listening figure out the when you say the word dogma. Check it out, bro. It's like this. Me and you are speaking English, right?
Mm-hmm.
But imagine if we were speaking in French or in Spanish or in Swahili. We would be saying the same meaning in a different language. That's how I see different religions. It's just different cultures.
Yeah.
Different cultures. Same God.
Yeah, man. There's a lot that when you start becoming older and wiser and exposed to more culture and more information, and if that's something that people have a thirst for, and you go, everybody should go out there and make their own educated decision and study. Just study.
Yeah. It says that in the Bible. It says, don't even take this at face value. Like, do your research. Because if you really do your research, man, I ain't even going to go on no teacher thing. Even though I am a spiritual teacher, I'm a number 11 in numerology. But there's historical facts that Krishna lived on this planet 5,000 years ago. Wow. They found historical archaeological evidence in India. Thousands and thousands of feet underwater. You know what I mean? Yeah, and Jesus too.
Exactly.
You know
all of these past historical characters. Well,
they're not fantasy.
Yeah, I mean they're actually science nowadays. The more that science tries to disprove, it's
right
actually
there
finding and proving. You know what I mean?
Yo,
so
you know.
Yeah. And I think that's dope that, you have that in you to help, I think, continue on and overcome the obstacles of your past. And I do the same thing, I just have doubled down on it. Right. And like trying to wake up every day in basically an attitude of gratitude, and
that part
not thinking negatively and having a positive outlook. Like instead of something bad being going to happen today, it's like, nah, something's good going to happen today, and each day is going to have its own, troubles, but don't worry about the shit tomorrow. Just be present.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because in a year from now, I'm going to have my magazine, you know what I mean? I'll have a B-Boy Underground ad in there.
Hell yeah.
And we'll be like, yo, it's all love. We did it.
Yeah.
Just like we do with the Natives video a year before.
Yeah, man. Which was
history repeats itself, man. And
it's dope. Yep. It's dope, man. And getting back to, I want to talk to you, with Search.
Oh yeah.
And you've got.
Oh, okay. So part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2. Well, we could do part 2, and then I might get back to the crib and make some dinner. So part 2 was very deep because, I love numbers. You know what I'm saying? Numerology. So I was 16 when it was 2 years after I had met Search, and I saw his graffiti up all over the city, bro, and he became my favorite artist. And I was like, watch, I want to meet him, and I'm gonna meet him, and I'm gonna start a clothing company with him. Watch, like, let me just meet him before social media, though. So I'd ask the homies, like, where's Search at? Because, like, I met him before. I'm like, he's around. So I'd ask the homies who were from his crew and shit. I asked the homies that were from my crew, because we're all from the same crew. It's like, yo, where's Search at? Oh, he's doing this. And, man, it's so deep, bro. So, like, all right, so Workman's, right? Workman's Outlet. Mm-hmm. Shout out to DJ Swipes, because in 2003 is when I first started doing graffiti on T-shirts.
Okay.
But it was just deck. It was just deck, like deck 1. I did deck pieces. I did one where there was a uni paint marker, and instead of uni paint, I made it say deck paint, and it was a graffiti piece I did dripping, and my uncle put up the money for that shit. So I ended up taking them to Workman's, and Swipes was like, "Oh, these will sell." He's like you're a king, you're a graffiti king. And sure enough, he's like, just let us do consignment. And I was like 18. I'm like, cool. I'll never forget going back a week later and fucking, he's like, yo, bro, like they all sold. I'm like, What the? I was like, all right, got something going. Then seeing a search sticker for sale in the glass case. Be like, yo, all right, give me the money you owe me, and then keep $5 for that sticker, or whatever,
Right.
$3, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think I still have that sticker in the archives. Yeah, I got it. It's the search piece with the bus under it, with the RTD bus, the RTD symbol.
That's dope.
Yeah. So I would ask him. I'm like, yo, fucking, what's up with search? And he was informed, but not like from search himself. It's like, oh, I think he's working for Power 106. What it was, when I started working with search, what it was is that our homie, me and Search's homie Jag, runner from AOB, worked for Priority Records. So Search got all his stickers, and anybody listening can check this out. If they go on OG Husky Radio and look up Search One interview, he'll tell you. I got a homie who works for Priority Records that would send Search all the boxes that he didn't use. Like, he would use a certain amount of stickers to use for promotion, or promote posters and stuff. The rest he would give to Search, and Search would use them and spray paint, make the stencils, and spray the stencils on there, right? So that's what caught my eye. And that's when I had the plan in my third eye to start a clothing company with Search. But I hadn't met him in years. So I was like, all right, man, I hope this happens. I ended up getting locked up for like 8 years, out, in and out for 8 years. So I turned 20. 2012 is when I got locked up for 8 months. I was locked up from January until October. Actually, I did 10 months. And in that 10 months, it saved my life because it got me out of a toxic relationship. I was working out. I went to a school dorm in jail where I was lifting weights and shit, and I was eating healthy. They made a plan in the class, in the school dorm, why you kept going to jail and what you were going to do this time to stay out. And I made the plan to start doing clothing again. And this is in 2012. So I was doing clothing in 2003 with just deck t-shirts. And that's why I had the idea to do the clothing company with Search. So trip out on the next chapter. I do my 8.5 months, 10 months, whatever. I get out, report to parole, and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to say my government name, but they're like, oh, yeah, deck 1, you're off parole. I'm like, what you mean I'm off parole? They're like, I'm like, I caught a new case. I didn't say that, but I'm thinking that. Like, I caught a new case, you're supposed to give me ad time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
like, nah, you're off. They're like, and I owed like $7,000 in damage for graffiti. They're like, just call us in 30 days and sign your papers. And that's why I believe in God.
Hell yeah.
So then my faith started strengthening. Then I got a tax return for like $4,000. And I got the crib, you know what I mean? Right there. So I started my brand right in like what an area we call Palms, Woodbine Park. Yeah. Yep. Shout out to the homies from BF, all my boys from BF, all my West LA homies, all the my cousin Yellow Hill. Yeah, shout out to Yellow Hill. West Los, you know, all day, baby. You know what I mean? So this is when I was 27. December 21st, 2012, I started Ghettofresh. Yep. And that was the day the Mayan calendar ended.
Yeah, we were supposed to be like, ooh, everybody braced.
Yeah. Yep. So we entered the age of Aquarius. We got out of the age of Pisces. And now they're saying, you're a Pisces?
I'm a Pisces, yeah.
Oh, bro, I'm a Capricorn. We get along like, yeah. Our minds are like in sync with each other. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know you're the most evolved sign out of every sign, right?
Nah, I don't know much about the zodiac, fam.
It's good. So check it out, bro. Yeah. So like, we're using a higher percentage of our brains if we tap into it in this age since December 21st, 2012. So I started Ghettofresh and started putting out West LA gear and shit like that. and then I made the crown logo. I drew that myself. This one right here.
Yeah, that's a sick design, fam. Hell yeah.
Thanks, my G. And April 2013, I'm doing a photo shoot with one of my models in Venice, where I was born and raised. Actually, came out of my mother's womb in Venice. I wasn't born in a hospital, just for the record. And I just so happened to see Search there.
Wow.
At the walls with the homie Trickster I just seen the other day. Yeah. And I was like, all right. I was like, I bet. Like, you know what I mean? I'm growing up now. So I'm doing a little photo shoot, and we talk, and I was like, what's up, man? I'm Deck. He's like, oh, I know who you are. I'm like, word. Like, he's like, yeah, I got your stickers all in my books and stuff. Wow. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I peeled them down. I was like, is that a good or a bad thing? He's like, nah, it's a good thing, man. They remind me of my style. Because, you know, even though I got a different style than Search, I had a lot of inspiration from him.
Mm-hmm.
You dig? And as a grown man, I was like fully developed. So this is when I was 28. So I had the vision when I was 16. 12 years later, I meet Search. It's 12 months in a year.
Yeah.
I had to complete the adolescence to being an adult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before God let it happen. So I didn't even really think anything of it. I was like, oh, you know, like I'm not a yo, like do this for me type dude. I was just gonna see what happened.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's like, what you got going on here? I was doing a clothing company shoot. He's like, this shit is dope. I was like, oh, word? You fucking with it? He's like, yeah. I was like, you want to do a design or something? He was like, nah, man, I want to be like half owner of this shit. This shit is like where it's at. So it's like basically what I planned 12 years prior, he knew that. In the collective consciousness, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So I remember him being so serious about being a part of the brand that he gave me his number, his home number, his cell number, his home number, and his wife's number. And we kicked it for like 2 hours. And the models I was with and the camera person, they were like, yo, you want to ride home? I'm like, nah, I'm going to kick it with the homie. And we kicked it for like a good 2 hours. And then I took the little Venice Boulevard 33 bus home. And I remember calling him, and he answered like the first ring. He was like, yo, what up, Dad? And one thing is like it says about my birthday that I'm able to bring out the best in people, which I'm grateful for. So Search was really hyped about it. He's like, yo, we're gonna do this. We start freestyling each other back to back, like off the top. Like bros getting down nasty. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I start coming with the flow. And then we're like multi-syllable rhyming, like to each other. Like I do a line, like, yo, Search is one of the best in the West. He'd be like, yo, yeah, we got this brand, we got to start Ghettofresh. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that for hours. And I'll never forget this from God out of the Search's mouth. He said this to me himself before we got off the phone. He said, this was all meant to be. This was all written down. This was all meant to be. And I never told him, bro, that I'd been looking for him for 12 years. Or 12 years before that, I wanted to do the brand. And I've been trying to do this with him for 12 years. But he knew.
Wow.
That's dope. For the next couple years, we ran the LA game, bro. Like, as far as hip-hop events, we was at all of them. All of them. Chino Excel, Scarab, Living Legends, Supernatural. We was fucking up at that show next to Streetwise with everybody buying our gear. And the beautiful thing was I would pick up Search from his crib, and he would have a box full of what you call it, canvases he did. He always slang them. And Search was had such a good heart. He'd be like, hey, here's some bread for gas. I'm like, nah, dog, that's for you. That's for you, OG. Not that he was like, you know, but he was about 10 years older than me. So the fact that he paved the way for me, and then we got to start the brand. I started the brand, and he became a part of it. I was just happy to have him.
We'll be right back as soon as he joins back with us. Again, we are live, so we're uncut, we're unfiltered, and we're raw. So please make sure you hit the follow, like, subscribe, all notification bell. We're broadcasting on multiple platforms. Shout out to City World, from my city to your world, City World Media Group. You can check out cityworldmedia.com. Check out the Street Noise magazine that's associated with that, ran by my brother Black North, aka DJ T. Blaze. And much love to him. And also, make sure you follow me on Twitch and Kick. Yes, go ahead. We're back. Can you hear me?
Yo.
Yo.
1 2 1 2.
I got you. You got to hit that button.
Last chapter.
You
got me? The Bible right here, the Ghettofresh Bible.
Check.
We there?
You there?
We good?
Yeah. I hear you.
There we go. All right, we good. Last chapter in Ghettofresh Bible right here, baby.
Yes. Go ahead. Let's get it.
So, man, the fact that I got to work with my idol, my favorite graffiti artist of all time, and I'm carrying on his legacy is an honor, the biggest honor I could ever ask for, ever, from God, you know? And that's why, to answer your question earlier, when things like that happen in my life and are literally happening right now, like Search, greatest all time, and I'm carrying on his legacy. Then recently, Blue becomes my favorite MC. Then I'm bringing him on to You Shit Radio. We freestyle. Now we got a song together. That's the faith right there. That's proof of it.
Yes, absolutely. And I agree, because the fact that the journey that I've been on, even with this show, it's been something that, you know, same type of deal. And, you know, I know that you've got to go, and what we're going to do is we're definitely going to do a part 2 or 1.5 when we have stuff situated. I've got
I want to ask, like, the one we did is good. Maybe cut out the beginning part.
Yes, please.
But you can upload it to YouTube, maybe edit it though, right?
Yeah, I'm going to edit it just a little. I'm going to edit it. This is going to be on YouTube in its entirety, but I'll probably chop it down into some shorts and everything like that. But what I want to do.
Do you want to and then you upload it to the Instagram and tag me in it?
Yes, sir. Of course, absolutely. But I want when you come back. Let's see here. When he gets back, we're going to ask him one final question, and then we will schedule a new interview where everything will be ready to go. But again, Ghost Boogie 66, you can check me out on Instagram, Kick, and Twitch. It's where I stream everything that we do, B-Boys Underground, at YouTube for all the previous episodes. That's the archive. Basically, make sure that you check out all of that. Just this past week, I interviewed Q Unique, and of course, one and only DJ M-Rock and Creative, and we're back. So check this out, man. I want to make sure we get one final question in before we get up out of here, and basically, the final question that I'm going to ask you is that basically, when you look back at the kid who found identity through graffiti, hip hop, skating, the culture, and compare him to the man that you're building Ghettofresh today, what do you think he would be most proud of, and what part of your story do you still feel responsible for finishing?
Okay, you asked what I'm the most proud of?
So basically, when you look back at the kid, you know, who found your identity based in hip hop culture with graffiti, you know, skateboarding, clothing, all of that, right? MCing. What do you think that young kid would be the most proud of, and what part of your story do you still feel responsible for finishing?
I think the kid in me would be so proud of keeping my imagination alive and following my dreams. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Yeah, following my dreams. Not letting, even though I face so many obstacles, not letting them stop that. You know, like really military minded, like on some soldier shit, warrior shit, like almost like it's a war being fought between good and evil. I'd never fell into the evil. You know what I'm saying? And like keeping 10 toes down, like keeping my army boots on, keeping my fucking army suit on. You dig? Because at the end of the day, we're in a spiritual warfare right now between good and evil. That's real.
Absolutely.
It has nothing to do with race. It's either you're a good, you got a good heart, good soul, or you got an evil heart and an evil soul. You know what I'm saying? So that's I keep the armor of God on me every day, and every day I get on my knees and pray.
That part.
And then the second part was
basically, you know, what do you feel as far as what part of your story do you still feel responsible for finishing?
Oh yeah. So I want to do the magazine. I want to do denim sneakers, and I want to have.
Hell yeah.
I want to expand my website more and get more like internationally known. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go out to New York and link with Shaheem and my boy Nems. I did a song with Nems in 2007 that I'm re-release. Yeah, I was one of the first people, LA people that Nems knew when he came out here. We did a joint, never charged me $1. That's my dog.
Never
So when I
disrespect
got to New York, I got people out there. I got fam out there. And give me a text anytime, my G, if you want me to get Shaheem on here.
Oh yeah, look, man, like we're gonna stay linked up, and you know, basically, you tell me when he's available. I'm taking the entire week off after my surgery. I'm having my surgery on August 15th, and
I'm gonna say my prayers for you. I got a surgery in October on my right wrist, homeboy.
Well, hey man, prayers.
And I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna be out of work for like a month.
I had surgery on all of my arms and neck just because of I learned how to DJ again for the second time but I have no feeling, and I've been DJing with no feeling. So I can't cut like I used to, but I can blend and mash up my ass. You know what I mean? Like, so
bro, you're like a brother to me, bro, because being a graffiti artist and not really being able to like piece like I used to with a can, I can draw. But I can't move my right wrist. There's a plate in here. So look, me trying to move my wrist.
Yeah.
Nah. Like this one, check it out. I can move this one. Look, hold on. Like that. This one, no movement. And I'm right-handed because there's a plate that's 9 inches in here. Wow. So I gotta get that thing taken out.
Wow.
So hearing your story inspires me, my G. Real talk. Salute.
You're an inspiration, and let everybody know the mathematics.
Oh, the website, how to get hold of me?
Everything, like everybody, shout out your stuff, man.
Merch, if you need merch, the flyest merch on the planet, go to ghettofreshshop.com. Instagram, Ghettofresh_clothing. You can just Google Ghettofresh Clothing brand. I got interviews on OG Husky, B-Boy Underground, Unseen Legion Radio. I got shit on Shade 45, dropping soon. We got the preview on the Instagram. Be on the lookout for the song with me, Blue and Destruct, called Power to the People.
Ooh.
Be on the lookout for the song we got called Graffiti Kings. It's Dex featuring Elder Sensei and Tame One from the Artifacts.
Damn. There you go, man. So, yo, give it up for our man Dex One. He will be back. We'll do this again when we get more stable connection and everything like that and get more into it. And I can't wait to continue on this relationship. As far as anything that you have going on, you basically let me know. Say, hey, I got a new project. I got this, that, and we will get you on and promote it and do the best that I can to get it out there and share out the message.
And hey, Ghost, I got a couple extra dollars. I could go tomorrow and send out your shirt. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate
text me your address again.
I will. Yes, sir. I got y'all. So make sure you follow Dex One, y'all. It's been another episode of B-Boys Underground. I will see you next week.
Shout out to B-Boy Underground.
Yes, sir. Much love, y'all. Peace out,
Hip
y'all.
Hop Nation. One.
Peace.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, follow. From my city to your world. We are City World.